Welcome to Daycare Chronicles 101, and I am your host, Miss Tanya. Not at all whatsoever. I ain't got time for that. This podcast episode is going to be about how COVID changed the way I do things in my daycare. Oh, yes, it is. Listen, I have changed the way I do so many things within my daycare due to COVID-19, as we all have, okay? You know, we're cleaning, sanitizing, disinfecting, doing temperature checks, sanitizing hands, all types of stuff all day long, right? So I realized that the children, especially in the beginning, no one could go anywhere. Daycare was still open because we are essential. Oh, yes, we are. And the world knows it now. Let me say that. So the children are coming to daycare and they're just over the top. They're just, not wanting to listen. They don't want to sit. They don't want to do their lesson. And I said, it just hit me. I was like, they're stressed out too. When they leave daycare, they go home. They're in the house. They're not visiting family. They're not going anywhere. They're not doing any trips. They can't go to the park. Daycare can't take them to the park right now. We're not doing field trips right now. So I said, you know what? These babies need a change of scenery. Now, mind you, I am big on play. I am big on creating wonderful environments for the children, switching it up all the time. I am known for getting your child ready to go to kindergarten. Most of my daycare babies don't even go to preschool because this is their preschool. So I still have my workbooks. I still have all those, supplies and things, and we do them. However, I had to make it more fun for the children. More fun. So I had a little girl that was 5. So she didn't go to kindergarten. She was still here. So I had her workbook and everything, and I'm trying to get her, to do her work, and she would cry every day. She didn't want to hold a marker. She didn't want to hold a pencil. She didn't want to do anything in that workbook. I've tried with the puzzles, different, addition, subtraction puzzles, word puzzles, alphabet puzzles, opposites. We've done the ABC, bingo, and all those different types of things. But I want to get her ready because she's going to be 6 years old going into kindergarten. So I'm trying to get her ready. We're doing sight word puzzles, all different types of things. I have a sight word workbook. She didn't want to do that. So now we go to the sight word puzzles. Okay, so we're going to do the puzzles. I mean, it was just stressful for me because I'm like, no, I got to get her ready. She has to be ready to go to kindergarten next year. She's going to be 6 years old. Then I had a 4-year-old who, she saw this one acting that way. Now she wants to act that way. Y'all know how it goes. And so I was just like, oh my goodness. Then the toddlers. So I said, you know what? I'm going to switch this up. So what I did was I became a little more play-based. I made it to where she didn't really feel like, okay, this is like lesson. I just even stopped calling it, okay, let's go sit down so we can do our lesson. I was like, okay, come on, we're going to do this activity right here. We're going to do this now. I had to change the dialogue, the language with this child because she was so stressed out. And then, like I said, the 4-year-old, same thing with her. And then the toddlers. So I just was like, you know what? I will set up different things, whatever they gravitate to. That's what I'm going to have her do today. However, in my mind, I had the objective for the day. This is what we're going to do for this day. This is what we're going to learn for this week. I just had to switch it up and just make it more interesting, more fun. So I went Melissa and Doug crazy. I went learning resources crazy. I purchased some Leapfrog computers for them because I don't use the tablets in my daycare. I just don't because everyone has one at home. But I purchased some Leapfrog computers that had like different booklets that could go in it, and it has a stylus attached to it. Got it at Target for like $25 or something like that. But she liked that. And so I was like, okay, so this is working. So then I want to teach them, how to count money and stuff. Well, we got the grocery store. We put the Melissa and Doug grocery store together and got all the food and all the money and, just everything. Melissa and Doug is just amazing. And so she was able to be the cashier. So as we're, she's doing the cashier, we're counting money, or you can use the credit card. Then we're developing language there as well. You got, your eye-hand coordination going on here. Then you got to put your thinking cap on. Because now we're like, okay, if this is $5 and this is here, she gives you, 10, how much change are you going to give her back? So it was able to be fun for her, but still she's getting what she needs. Everything did not have to be in that workbook. That's what I'm saying. So even though I had other things for her to do as well, I still was like, okay, we got to get in our workbooks first and we can move to the other things. And that was just stressing her out. As well as, like I said, the 4-year-old who was watching this 5-year-old. And then the toddlers who were watching them looking like, because in family daycare, we're all pretty much in the same room, So I'm like, okay. So I just started switching things up. We already had an indoor-outdoor classroom, which I love and I have encouraged, providers to do. And I have given Zooms on this. And, when I do my consultations, I talk about this. It's so important. And it gives them just a different view of things, And so if you're able to have some little murals put on the wall outside or something, that's fine. If not, you can always do like a cork board. Get you a big cork board, take out whatever you want and pin it on there, and there you go. There's your outdoor classroom. It does not have to cost a whole lot of money to create your outdoor classroom. Get you a piece of little carpet. We do yoga, we do meditation. These are things that COVID has taught me, that helped me. So the children love it as well. So we do ABC Kids Yoga, we're meditating with our emoji cushions, or they have their yoga mats. And right now, I don't know where you may live or whatnot, but Target has yoga mats in their little dollar section. When you first walk in there, I hope you can find some. I really do. $5. Are you serious? And they're animal shapes. Are you serious? Yes. So I was able to grab a few for the children that didn't have, yoga mats or whatnot. And I am so happy about that. Thank you, Tarjay, because that right there was just a very, very special gem that you all have, because so many of us are going into yoga and meditation with our daycares, with our children, with our grandchildren. It's just wonderful, because COVID has everybody stressed out. Let me just say that. COVID is, oh my goodness. We're just going to pray that we all get through this. That's all. Yeah. I get stressed out when I talk about COVID. So let's talk about something else. So it's just about switching things up. I mean, I really had to do more with arts and crafts. And anyone knows me knows I'm not that arts and crafts person, but Oriental Trading got me looking like I am a star. Okay. Oriental Trading. Oh yes. We're doing arts and craft projects. Even Big Lots has some arts and crafts projects that I picked up the other day. So if you go to Big Lots, you can look through there by their little, toy section, all that. They have lots of arts and craft things that are there because it's summertime. And so, we're all going to be outside a lot more. And who says that you have to do your circle time in the classroom? You can do it outside. You can do it outside sitting at the table. You can put your little carpet down. You can do it out there. You can go on a walk. Around the corner, around the neighborhood. You can be singing your ABCs. The classroom is anywhere that you are. Let's say that. The classroom is anywhere that you are. Another thing that children, that I found that was really helping them was our sensory area. So if you don't have a sensory area, then definitely create like your outdoor kitchen, mud kitchen sensory area. They love that. Get you a bubble machine. They love bubbles. Something about bubbles. Bubbles just makes everybody feel better. I have a bubble machine. I ordered off of Amazon, and I order my bubbles off of Amazon too. And let me tell you, they just have a wonderful time with that. I also have the Melissa and Doug little bubble sets too, with the wands and all of that. They love that. I have just created a backyard oasis for my daycare. And when I tell you that I switch it up for them, they love it. Melissa and Doug has the lemonade grocery store on sale for $88 right now. Go to my link in my bio on my Instagram page, and you can go and just purchase it through there, or you can just go on Melissa and Doug or you can go on Amazon.com and pick up the Melissa and Doug. Actually, if you go to Amazon, go to my Amazon storefront. Daycare Chronicles 101 has an Amazon storefront. And then you can click in there, and I have recommended items. So you can click on anything in any section there. And like I said, the grocery store lemonade stand is in there. It's $88 right now. Do not miss that. So freaking cute. I even have the lemons there where you can click on that. You can purchase the lemons to go in there. The farmer's market food, all of that. Let me tell you, it's about creating good environments for the children that they will gravitate to. And like I said, don't forget, your classroom is anywhere that you are. That is your classroom. You could be in the bathroom and it's like, okay, what color is this wall? This is what? Toilet paper? Yes, that's toilet paper. What is this? Hand soap? Yep, that's hand soap. Anywhere you are is your classroom. If you're in the kitchen, what is this? This is a ladle. So this is, you're teaching the children. What's that? That's the refrigerator. I mean, even while you're cooking, anywhere that you are is your classroom. Don't feel like you have to go over the top all the time with the children. Children are so easy. We make it difficult. We make it difficult. And so I realized that my babies were stressed out. And so now, a year later into COVID, things are a lot better. I'm understanding that what they need now, because the need had changed, as well as they're still getting their educational basis in there. And I will switch things out as well. So we switched out the grocery store, and I brought out the lemonade stand, grocery store, as well as the Melissa and Doug ice cream cart, which is adorable. You can go on my Amazon storefront as well and check that out. It's in there. It's $150 something right now, but let me tell you, it is worth every penny. It is sturdy. It wasn't hard to put together. It's a 2-in-1. You have the hot dog stand side on one, hot dog cart, and then you have the ice cream cart on the other. And it comes with the supplies in there. I'm telling you, the children love it, love it, love it, love it. They have such a wonderful time. I throw their little aprons out there. They pretend they're, working the grocery store, the hot dog stand or the ice cream cart. And then they act like they're doing, they're working at the grocery store or the lemonade stand. When I tell you that dramatic play is just, it's just so great for the children. You see their imagination comes out. Their language is coming out. So many things are being developed there. They're counting. They're recognizing different shapes, different colors. It's just amazing the things that happen in family daycare. We are not just babysitters. We are providing quality care. And I just recently joined Clubhouse. Someone sent me an invitation. If any of you know about Clubhouse, it's just an audio app where you can just go in and everyone's just talking. You put your picture up there. No one ever sees you. Like when you go into a Zoom, you can just put your little icon up there. You can do that. So it's just a beautiful thing. You can speak or you cannot. And so I've been on there and I have just been taking in so much of the knowledge and the wisdom of so many people that are on there, so many providers that are on there. I mean, it really makes you feel like, oh, I am not alone. Like, oh my goodness. And there are meetings all of the time. There's a lady on there. I haven't physically met her. Her name is Melody McGuire. She's amazing. She hosts a lot of meetings in the ECE, Early Childhood Education Room. So if you're on Clubhouse, just check them out. Let me tell you, I have a room there, Daycare Chronicles 101.2. I have my own club on there now. So I am authentic to myself. I do the Chronicles there. And when I go into the Clubhouse room, it's more of being a support system for providers. So that's what I want my room to be, more of a support system for providers, because that's just what I do. That's what I do. Now, back to COVID and changing the way that we do things. I know that I'm not the only one that's out here that was stressing, that noticed a difference in behavior with our children, especially with our distance learners. Those babies, my goodness. I have one and he's in the 2nd grade, and I noticed that he was just struggling the other day. And just to sit there, and I said, you know what, come on, we're going outside. So I let him go back outside, and we played around for a little while, for about 30 more minutes. And I was like, okay, we'll get something to drink, then you'll go back, and then it's almost time, for school to be over. And I told his mother, I said, hey, I had to give him an extra break. It was just too much for him. I was not going to have him stressed out. I didn't want him to stress me out. So he just took an extra break, and you can let the teacher know. It's a whole lot for a child to sit and look at a computer all day long from 8 to 2, 8 to 2:30, whatever time it is, with an hour break for lunch, and then maybe a 10-minute break here, a 10-minute break there. That's a whole lot for a 2nd grader, let me tell you. So with those babies there, with the school-age children, like I said, I allowed him to just take an extra break. I asked them, what would you like for me to have here for you? What would you like for me to have? And so I don't allow the children to bring anything from home, but sometimes I will allow them to bring the little Nintendo Switch or whatnot, because they need some type of outlet. Sometimes, they just do. So I make sure that I have sensory things. I have, arts and craft things. These are what their interests are. He loves animals. So I have big tubs of safari animals, ocean animals, sea life, all different types of things. So I'll give him that, and he, that's his happy place there. His sister, she likes to draw and be creative. I make sure that she has that as well. We have to take care of our baby's mental health. And so as provider, my advice is sometimes you just got to switch things up. Sometimes you have to switch things up, and it's okay. Don't beat yourself up. It's okay. COVID has us all jacked up. We're just trying to get through it. And when you look at your babies in your daycare, you're like, oh my goodness, like I am, even though we're in the middle of this pandemic, I am still responsible for these children. I am still responsible for their safety. I am still responsible for what they're learning and what they're engaging with in daycare. So our responsibility has never changed. It just became greater with all of the other health and safety measures that we have to do now. I just want you all to know that you're not alone. We all have a story to tell, I'm sure. You're just listening to mine right now. And I pray that you're in the kitchen going, girl, yes, Miss Tanya, that's me, I know. I am just so grateful and thankful for this platform that I am able to come to you, because I receive your DMs, I receive your messages, and I can't reply to all of them. However, I do read them, and so I try to come up with something collectively to where I can answer most of the questions, or, most of the things that are going on. However, if you need Miss Tanya, you can DM me, you can hit me up at my website, which is www.daycarechronicles101.com. You can hit me up on YouTube. You can send me an email, daycarechronicles101@yahoo.com. I am here for you, okay? I want you to know that you are not alone in this. No question is too big or too small. Not at all whatsoever. If you get a chance, check out my Amazon storefront. Shop through it. I would appreciate it so much. And of course, purchase my book, Daycare Chronicles 101, 101 tips of things that really happen in daycare. And remember, if you don't want to be a chronicle, don't do it.